Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. समस्तजन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरम्। ॐ नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। Hari Om, salutations to all. So we saw the puja paddhati is to move from the simplest to the subtlest, from the external to the internal. And so when we do the puja externally, more and more the impressions are made on the mind. Then one is able to do the puja in the mind completely, manasa puja. That leads the person to the further state of contemplation. So in the Shiva Manas Pooja itself, we will see the fourth shloka is about this Vedantic contemplation. So what does Shankaracharya ji say in that? He says, Atma tvam, that Supreme Lord whom we have installed in our heart, we have offered the asan, we have done the abhishek, we have done the vastra, alankara, dhupa, deepa, pushpa, naivedya, arati, various forms of entertainment, pradakshina, all that when one has done, then one recognizes what? That Bhagavan is the self in us. Atmatvam. The bhav or the feeling that we have every minute that I am, aham asmi, I am. It's not actually, the words don't do any justice. It's not a feeling, it's not a thought. Because feelings and thoughts are in the realm of mind and intellect. Even when mind and intellect is dormant, like in deep sleep, we still feel I am. We can never feel our absence. Think about it. That's such a powerful aspect. Body, mind, intellect may become absent, like it happens every night in deep sleep. But the Atma, the feeling that I am, that will never become I am not. Nobody can ever feel I am not. Which means our nature is immortality. Many, many bodies we have taken and we have come and evolved. But are we those bodies? Vedanta says no. We are the self. We are not these bodies. So Atma Tvam, the devotee recognizes that Bhagavan, you are the self, you are the Atma, you are the indestructible absolute consciousness in me. Girija Matihi. Girija, Mother Parvati, Giri is mountain, Ja is born, so she is born as the daughter of Shivam. Sati immolated herself and then she was reborn as Parvati and she did lot of tapasya to attain Shivji as her husband. And her tapasya was so great. She was born as the daughter of the king of mountains, Himavan. But she chose to leave all that and go into the forest, live in simplicity, live in austerity, do tapasya there. And it is said her tapasya was so severe that when her mother also looked at her, she said, "Oh Ma, what a tapasya it is." She had become thin. She was living only on some leaves. Then she left that also only on water. Then she left that also only on air. The idea is body identification kept reducing and mind kept becoming subtler. So looking at her, even her mother said, "Oh Ma." So her name is Uma. So Mother Parvati, she represents my buddhi, girija matih. That buddhi of a seeker who is resolute, who is determined that I want to experience the divine, I want oneness with Bhagwan, I want nothing else. That intense longing and seeking, and for which one is ready to live in simplicity, austerity, and let go of attachments, body identification. So the prayer also is that to Bhagwan, that, oh Lord, you are the self, Girija is the buddhi, make my buddhi like that. Even in the Gayatri Mantra, we say, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. May this buddhi of ours be illumined by you, O Lord, so that I recognize oneness with you. Atma tvam girija matih. Mother Parvati also in that sense represents the Maya Shakti of Bhagwan, because of whom the entire creation is possible. Without Maya Shakti, the creation will not happen. But that Maya Shakti is under the power of Bhagwan. It is not an independent Shakti. And together, and Bhagwan has given the left part of his body to the mother. That's why Bhagwan is called Vamadeva. The left half, and he is also Ardhanarishwara. So the left half of his body is the Divine Mother, meaning Purusha and Prakriti combine together and the creation happens. Our buddhi also is like that. When it is active, then we see the whole creation. But our buddhi is not under the control of the Atma. It is under the control of various things and people in the world. So, O Lord, you please destroy these attachments and may we surrender to that Supreme through this buddhi. Buddhim tu sarathim vidhi. In the buddhi only Bhagwan manifests as the charioteer. But Arjun has to willingly give the reins of his chariot in the hands of Bhagwan and make him the charioteer. We have to make Bhagwan the charioteer like that. We have to make Mother Parvati, the Divine Mother, the charioteer. So, Atma tvam girija matihi. Sahacharaha pranaha. These 5 physiological functions, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. They are the attendants, the ganas of Bhagwan, those who serve Bhagwan. And some of them are also bhuta ganas, preta ganas. Anyone who is rejected by the world, Bhagwan Shiva has accepted. Very compassionate Bhagwan. So in symbolism, the 5 pranas of ours, they are responsible for even the vital energy, because of which the body is able to do actions, the senses are able to perceive, the mind is able to think. And all this is to serve the Lord, the Atma in us. So Sahacharaha Pranaha. Where do you stay, O Lord? Shariram Graham. This body is your house. What a beautiful attitude it is to even feel this, to think and have this bhav, if you can, through the day and continuously as much as one can, even after that. One place, this one body of ours, is the house of Bhagavan. Deho Devalaya Proktaha. Jivo Deva Sanatanaha. This body is The temple, Devalaya it is. The attitude will shift if we have this attitude that, this body is not meant for bhoga. It is a temple of God. And Atma is the sanctum sanctorum. And interesting thing is that the entire temple architecture is like a reclining person, is like a person who is sleeping on the ground, is like a flat person. Right from the gate of the temple till the sanctum sanctorum, it is like the body. So the feet are the gate, Dhvajastambha is the nabhi, like that it will go. And the sanctum sanctorum will be here, Agni Chakra, a Sahasrara. 7 chakras also will be represented in the traditional temple architecture. It's like the human body. So physical body is the temple of Bhagwan and temple is depicted as the human body. Atma, tvam, girija, matih, sahachara, prana, shariram, graham. So if we think of the body as the temple of Bhagwan, we will not misuse the body, abuse the body, waste the energies of the body in vain indulgence, which are so many times even harmful, self-destructive. Keep the body in some dull, intoxicated state. Temple has to be kept clean, pure. Bhagwan stays there. And how much seva happens in a temple. People don't recognize that. So with the body we serve the Lord who is in our heart and the Lord who is in the hearts of all the beings. So the bhavana will be that this body is divine because Bhagwan stays in it. So we will not hurt the body, harm the body, nor we will waste the human life, this opportunity to just while away in vain indulgence and attaining something which is perishable. We may do our duties and do whatever is required, but the feeling is Bhagwan is in my heart. I am divine. And so are others. That's why what do we say when we greet? We say Namaste. The divinity in you and the divinity in me is the same. Body, mind, intellect may be different for each person. But the Atma is the same. So our bhav is I am seeing the self in me and the self in you. I revere the self in you. I greet you because you are divine. What a beautiful bhav it is. To live Vedant also practically. Atma tvam girija matih sahachara prana shariram graham puja te vishayopabhoga rachana. Every single transaction that happens between us and the world through the senses, when we perceive the entire world of sense objects, various objects are offered into the senses. The senses are like the receivers. That every single act of perception is a puja, Vishaya Upabhoga Rachana. Puja. So every sense perception we can have with the attitude that I am enjoying, or we say that Bhagwan, this is offered to you. You are the ultimate enjoyer. You are the one who is enlivening this BMI. You are the Atma in me. This is offered at your lotus feet. So in a puja, what will we do? We will offer the purest of the pure. The fruits, the flowers, the agarbatti, the lamp, whatever we offer to Bhagwan, even the utensils have to be cleaned. We purify ourselves also before we do the puja. Achyutaya Namaha, Keshvaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha. Different names of Bhagwan. Keshvaya Swaha, Madhavaya Swaha. Chant the name, purify, sprinkle water, sprinkle on asan, purify the samagri. Everything. So purest of the pure is offered to the Bhagwan because he is a very embodiment of all purity. And only in purity can we recognize the self. So if every action of mine, every sense interaction of mine is a puja, That means I should offer what is conducive, what is pure. I can't offer anything just like that. Hence, sense control comes into the devotee. Puja te vishayopabhoga rachana. Nidra samadhi sthiti. Nidra is samadhi sthiti. Swamiji, that we experience in meditation. Every day I go into samadhi. The moment you say inhale, relax, I say relax, gone into sleep. So I am in samadhi. Because Bhagavan said, Shankaracharya ji said, Nidra is samadhi sthiti. Nidra is samadhi sthiti for whom? For whom all these other things have happened. Who has this bhav that Atma is Bhagavan, Girija is the matih, who has that strong resolve, prana, shariram, sahacharaha, pranaha, and then shariram, griham, all that bhav when one has, then what will happen? Wherever one is, whatever one is doing, one has that continuous awareness that I am infinite consciousness, I am one with the Lord. That state is called samadhi. Dhi means buddhi, sama means equal, equanimous, and samam brahma it is called. Brahman is most equanimous. The buddhi which has merged itself in that supreme consciousness, and this sense of individuality is understood as something which is finite. That state is called samadhi. It is not some eccentric type of a state. It is not some mystical type of a state. The state in which the mind and intellect and body identification is transcended, the buddhi has as though absorbed itself in the self, and one retains that awareness even otherwise. Like how today we know effortlessly I am a man or a woman, a human. Nobody has to remind oneself. That effortlessly one will know I am pure consciousness in and through all actions. Yes, for some time one may be absorbed in a certain higher level of awareness, no doubt, where one has withdrawn the attention. That one carries forth through the day. Then, what is the state of that person? Yatra yatra mano yati tatra tatra samadhaya. Wherever the mind goes, one is in samadhi because everything is divine. That bhav one has. As long as we think I am this limited individual, the jiva, the world appears very real to us, and then attachments, aversions, and we are struggling there. But when the person has purified and one sees that divine alone pervades everywhere, wherever the mind goes, there the person experiences the state of samadhi. Nothing binds that person. For that person, even the sleep will become samadhi. Because in sleep, one is closest to the self. Deep sleep we are talking. Why closest to the self? Because one has left all the other identifications and attachments. Only the veil is there, avarana is there. For that person, there is no avarana. For you and me, there is an avarana where the self is as though hidden from us. But we are closest to the self, and that's why we are so happy. We are not happy because some enjoyment we are experiencing, or some sense pleasure, or some desire of the mind is fulfilled. None of these are there. Body, mind, intellect, dormant. But we are closest to the self. And that is self is Ananda Swarup. So we feel happy. Nidra Samadhi Sthiti. So for a spiritual seeker, every interaction, including sleep, will become sadhana. And that's why one of the best ways to go to sleep is chant the name of Bhagwan and go to sleep. The japa will continue in the mind, it will purify the mind. Otherwise, what we think and go into sleep, that goes very deep in the subconscious mind. Nowadays, we see so many things on the television or on the internet or so many platforms, and then looking at some movie, watching some horror movie or some crime episode or any such thing, then we go to sleep and we are allowing so many things to get inside. The sadhak is very alert. Do the japa and go to sleep. Let the mantra go deep inside. So, nidra samadhi sthitihi. So even the state of nidra becomes a sadhana. Sanchara padayo pradakshina vidhihi. Movement in the world, wherever one goes, is the pradakshina of Bhagwan. In a temple, when we go, we do the pradakshina, we keep Bhagwan on our right side and do the pradakshina clockwise, so that may Bhagwan be the center of our life, may all our actions be dedicated to the divine, and may we do the right actions always, live dharmically. May our life be revolving around the divine. Pradakshina. That bhav one has in the world, that wherever one is going, it is all divine. So one is doing pradakshina continuously. Pradakshina vidhi. Then stotrani sarvagiro. The speech is the praise of the Lord. Stotrani. Meaning our speech should be such that it is befitting, it is dharmic, it is pure. And as much as we can, we should sing the glory of Bhagwan with this speech. That's the only way to purify the speech. We are not talking about purifying our mouth. That one can do by the daily brushing, etc. The speech gets purified by taking the name of Bhagwan, chanting the stotrams, the stutis, doing the archana of the Lord. So many ways by which we sing the bhajans of the Lord. So the speech gets purified, and every day we can spend some time in singing the glory of Bhagwan. And then through the day, whatever we do our actions, we know that Bhagwan is in the hearts of all. So may we speak that way, not to hurt people, politely, gently, lovingly, sometimes assertively where it is required to speak the truth, but not aggressively, not to hurt, not to insult. So, stotrani sarvagiro. And the last line says, yad yad karma karomi. Whatever actions I do, tad tad akhilam, all of them. Shambho tavaradhanam. O Shambho, O Supreme Lord, they are my worship of yours. So may our actions be worthy of the worship of the divine. Will Bhagwan be pleased or not with this? Even when a puja we do, we say, Mamo Pata Samasta Duritakshaya Dwara Shri Parameshwara Prityartham. This is entirely done for the pleasure of Bhagwan, Parameshwara Prityartham. So will my actions please Bhagwan or not? Or will my actions upset the Lord, or the Lord will not be happy with my actions? Then those actions one should not do. If I love the Lord, then I do things to please the Lord. Why should I do anything to upset the Lord? And what does the Lord get pleased by? Dharma. The Lord is pleased when one follows dharma. The Lord is pleased when one lives in the vision of oneness. So this is the fourth shloka, beautiful shloka, and we will meditate on this today.